Did you just look at your die cut quote and wonder why your tooling was so expensive? Let's talk about the price that goes into making a custom die. In this video, we'll go over the 3 factors that make up the cost of making a die, as well as what you need to know about die cut tooling. Your part is unique to you. In order to make your part, we have to make a custom die that fits your needs and your specifications and your materials. This custom die has to be ordered as soon as you start working with us. The 3 main factors that affect how much you end up paying for tooling are the initial cost, what type of material you're cutting, as well as if you ever have a design change that warrants a new tool. From your drawing of your part, we're going to create die lines that are going to be used in order to make the actual tool to create your part. When the engineers are creating your die lines, they're going to optimize the tool in order to make it designed for manufacturability. This may require tweaking how it's positioned, where it is, how close the blades are. All of these factors play into that optimization effort. Then once your tool is created, Strouse covers retoolings unless your material is highly abrasive or there's a design change that warrants changing. When you think of abrasive materials, think of sandpaper. If you were to cut sandpaper with scissors over and over again, those scissors would become dull relatively quickly. The same thing happens with a die. If you have an abrasive material, that die is going to wear out exponentially faster. However, if you're cutting something like polyethylene, you could get millions and millions of die cuts before you actually wear out the die. Design changes, if they're substantial enough, may require us to buy a new tool altogether. If you talk to your converter before you do a design change, they'll help you understand whether you need a new tool altogether. Some of the alternatives to traditional tooling are flex dies, laser cutting, and what we call tool-free digital converting. Flex dies, instead of getting a solid round die, is a sheet that has your particular shape etched into it. It's not as sturdy or robust as traditional tooling, but it will get the job done for shorter runs, and it can be used in early stages for trials. Laser cutting is great for quick prototypes, but it can't handle all of the materials that you throw at it in a production setting. Other materials may have poor edge conditions that make it unusable for your project. Tool-free digital converting uses a knife attached to a rotary edge and goes around the material in order to cut the desired shape. All of these are alternatives to traditional tooling, and they all have their uses depending on where you are at in your process. We have found it to be a best practice to lay out your tooling costs up front and not hide it in your part per price quote. If you have any more questions about tooling, feel free to check out our Learning Center or reach out to us directly. Thanks for watching.